If you're watching this, you're here for one reason, and that is to grow your business. And maybe you're wondering if YouTube can help. The good news is it absolutely can. The catch, you need a solid plan in order to make it work. I'm Jeff Hampton, owner of Hampton Law, a YouTube channel that generates my business an additional $2 million a year in revenue with over 18 million views per month and more than 340,000 subscribers. If I had to start over, here is exactly what I would do in the first 12 months of starting my business YouTube channel. Step number one, let's focus on month 1 through month 4, and here we're going to primarily look at foundational content. What is your business? What are the core services or products that your business offers that makes you the most revenues? Identify them. Sit down and write down the specific names of those services. Next to each service that you've written down, I want you to get with your employees, your clients, or your customers, and sit down and come up with a list with your leadership team of the frequently asked questions that are associated with each and every one of these service areas. Then I want you to find your favorite search tool, whether it's the Google Keyword Planner, whether it's Answer the Public, whether it's SEMrush or Ahrefs. Any of those will work, but you now want to take those service areas and you want to start doing searches. Find out what the public, your potential customer, is searching for when they have a problem where they need your help. You'll be amazed at what you find. For example, if I know that my law firm offers services for assault, I'll find that people are searching for how to beat your aggravated assault charge in Texas. Or I'll find how to find the best aggravated assault lawyer in Texas. You can then know these are the keywords that you're going to use after you record your content so that you can optimize your videos. So now it's time for you to come up with your content schedule. In these first few months, you need to laser focus on your niche. Only create videos that are going to make you the most money for your business. You then can start optimizing those videos that you've created for search so that people who are looking for solutions to problems that your business provides can now be matched together, and you're going to be excited. Your phone will start to ring. You'll also start talking to people who now want to know more about your solutions, and you'll see an increase in your revenue. When you first start, in the first few months of your channel, make 2 videos per week. Don't overthink this. This is important so that the YouTube algorithm knows who you are, what type of content you're providing, and that you can get your recording chops underneath you so that you feel comfortable with future recordings. Fully exhaust all of your service areas. Every FAQ that you can come up with, sit down and create a video on it. At the beginning, quantity is the name of the game, but remember, be authentic. Speak to the camera like you would a potential customer. Look at them dead in the eye like I'm looking at you right now, and be very authentic and just give away all the value you can think of. Kind of like what Alex Hormozi says. He says that you should give away your secrets and sell the implementation. Step 2. Okay, now that we've gone through month 1 through month 4, let's start talking about months 5 through month 8. Here we're going to call this the improvement phase of our content. Go back through the content you created in month 1 through 4, and I want you to identify the outliers of your content. What are the specific videos that outperformed all the other videos? Read the comments, and based on the performance of those highest performing videos, sit down and brainstorm another 50 to 100 video ideas, learning the lessons from the first videos you've created within the first 4 months. Also, start searching for thumbnail ideas well in advance. Remember, you've got to do some research here. Be looking at other channels in your niche and look and see if you can find patterns where certain types of thumbnails have done well multiple times in a row. And if you see it when they've used similar type approaches to thumbnails, you can model your thumbnails after that same approach, but maybe you can put your twist on it and make it a little better. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Always have 2 thumbnails per video. And if the highest conviction thumbnail that you have underperforms, you can always have a second one that you're able to slot right in for A/B testing. What about titles? Notice the actual titles that performed the best in the first months, 0 through 4 months. Look and see the titles that seem to do well. You can model future titles off the title conventions that have performed well in the past. And I encourage you to get really creative here. Start looking for title ideas from other niches. Look to see the type of titles that have performed in other niches, and you can experiment by using those title approaches and superimposing your expertise, your specific content into that title convention. For example, I learned that there are many highly performing videos in other areas of law, and not just law, but in other educational content that use terms like 5 tips, 5 mistakes, 5 ways, you name it. There's all types of ways to do that. This is a listicle approach here, but there are many different types of title conventions that could work really well for you if you research them. It's at this phase, month 5 through 8, that we go from 2 videos per week to 1. And now we're focusing on improving that content. Really focus more on the quality of the content rather than the quantity of the content. Finally, step number 3. Here we find ourselves at month number 9. So month 9 through 12, we're going to find your sweet spot where you can go broader with your content strategy. Okay, at this point, if you're at month 9, you should have fully exhausted all the possible service areas, all the possible product or service options that you provide for your business. And now you should be looking at a pretty strong foundational content that should be evergreen for years to come. Now, in months 9 through 12, here's what we're focusing on. Here's your business and your expertise. Here is pop culture. Somewhere in between the two of these, there's a perfect intersection where people will want to know more about your expertise through the lens of pop culture. How do we do this? I hate to say it, you really need to carve out 3 to 4 hours per week really studying YouTube. What are you studying for 3 to 4 hours per week? You're looking for the trends, the outliers, the comparisons, not only within your niche, but even with particular content creators that are maybe ancillary, connected to your niche, but maybe not exactly your competitive channel. Schedule this time. I know it sounds a little overwhelming and it sounds like a lot of work, and it is, but I'm going to tell you this. I have seen so many connections where there's been light bulb moments that have gone out for me when I've been able to sit there and watch and analyze other channels and go, wait a minute, this is all they did right here? And they did this small thing that translated into 10x the views? Because one of the things I learned on YouTube, it's usually the very small changes that can make exponential returns for your videos. So you're going to have to spend the time to really analyze this and look for comparisons. If something's working on another channel, there's a good chance that you can find a way to superimpose the best part of what they're doing over onto your channel. Here's a good example of this. When I first started this process, I would create video content like how to win a DWI case in Texas. But then as I began to grow and I really wanted to expand my brand, I came up with titles that were more universal, that gathered hundreds of thousands of views. Titles like 5 DWI mistakes cops are counting on you to make. Now, you say that's the exact same content, but I want you to notice the subtle difference between those titles. One, how to win a DWI case in Texas. And then the other one, 5 DWI mistakes cops are counting on you to make. One only had a few thousand views. The other one had hundreds of thousands of views. When you are trying to build your business brand and your personal brand, you've got to really take the time to analyze the language that you use for your titles and the thumbnails so that you can reach a broader group of people to elevate your channel. Finally, the month 9 through 12 portion here, you really want to focus on just creating 1 video per week, but you really want to make sure each video is a little bit better than the previous video. In fact, the standard I try to create for my videos, what am I doing on this video today that is at least 1% better than the previous video I created? By setting these standards, that 1% improvement will begin to compound over time and you'll see exponential growth for your YouTube channel right before your eyes. What about you? Do you want a free resource to help show you how to start growing your business on YouTube? Check out the link down in the description below. And oh, by the way, if you want access to my YouTube funnel for my law firm that generates me an additional $2 million a year, check out this next video where I break it all down. See you over there.